I heard your prayers, and I'm here to answer them with 33 fact or fiction questions. Do you remember the deal? Here's the deal. I present to you a statement, and you tell me, Floontz, that's a fact, or no, Floontz, that's fiction. And then I'll tell you if you're correct or not. As always, I am rooting for you. I know how hard it is to pull a fast one and to fool you. I try every time, and this time is no different. I am back, of course, with the hand clocks, between each statement. That's how you know one statement has ended and another is beginning. It's so good to see you, by the way. Have I mentioned that? You look so dazzling. Alright. Anyway, here's our first one for you, my gorgeous subscriber. And our first fact or fiction is tigers. They have striped skin. Not just fur. They have striped skin. Is that a fact or is that fiction? Have you given a tiger a full body shave lately? Oh, it's on your bucket list too. No way. We have more in common than I thought. Alright, so striped skin. Tigers. Fact? Fiction? What do you think? Is that a fact? It is a fact. And if you haven't looked this up, I encourage you to, because I fell into a long stint of being blown away by the beauty of tigers. Chainsaws were invented for childbirth. Tell me now, is that a fact? Chainsaws, yeah. The tool that's now featured in horror films. Would that make sense? Is that a fact? It is, in fact, a fact. Chainsaws were invented for childbirth. This was to speed up the widening of the cartilage. And they were later mechanized for wood chopping at the start of the 20th century. Giving birth sounds really pleasurable. Next, you can eat the labels on fruit. The stickers with the numerical codes. You can eat them. They are edible. Those stickers are edible. Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? Craving a little 4048. Maybe a little 4011. 4048 might be kind of too tangy for me. What do you think? Are those stickers edible? What do you think? It is a fact. You can eat the stickers. They have to be FDA approved to get slapped on the produce. They have no nutritional value, so if you want to eat them for main courses, you're going to need to take a vitamin supplement. If you put 2 grapes in the microwave, you'll create a fireball. Is this a fact or is it fiction? Don't go try it to see. Just tell me right now. Fact. Fiction. 2. 1 microwave. Fireball. Fact or fiction? I mean, it sounds thrilling, doesn't it? A fireball, plasma, real plasma. What do you think? Fact or fiction? single grape is just the right size, that the electromagnetic waves get trapped within the fruit, bouncing back and forth. But if two grapes sit next to each other, that hot spot forms where the grapes touch, and salts within the grape's skin are ionized and released, producing a plasma flare. Remember, don't try this at home. Despite how excited I look, don't try it at home. Flamingos. Flamingos don't bend their knees. Is this a fact? Flamingos do not bend their knees. Is this a fact? What do you think? Are you ready for the answer? It is a fact. What we think of when we see a flamingo bending its knee is actually its ankle. That's what we're looking at, not its knee, its ankle. What? Next, cracking your knuckles. Got one. Gives you arthritis. Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? I was just watching a montage of all the times I've cracked my knuckles, so fact or fiction? Fact or fiction, it causes arthritis. How often are you cracking those knucks? Luckily, it is fiction. Cracking your knuckles will not give you arthritis. The cracking or popping, that sound that you just heard, is the sound of nitrogen bubbles bursting in your synovial fluid. Synovial fluid. Synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is the fluid found in the cavities of your joints. It provides lubrication. Synovial fluid. Pigs cannot look up at the sky. Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? Little piggies, the little piggies, little piggies. They can't look up at the sky. Poor babe. Poor Wilbur. They cannot see the night sky. They can't watch a shooting star or spot any of the planets or Nibiru. What do you think, fact or fiction? It is a fact. Those poor pigs. The anatomy of their neck muscles and spine prevents them from looking up. Poor piggies. Ignorance is bliss, I guess, though, right? They're saved from the existential crisis. Sweden has more saunas than cars. Yes, saunas. The small heated room you sweat in to relax. Sweden has more saunas, more of those little rooms, than cars. Is that a fact, or is that fiction? Think of their pores. Think of the Swedes' pores. They must be so clear. They must be toxin-free. The Swedes, their complexions, they do have really great skin, don't they? What do you think, fact? Fiction? Fact? Fiction? It is fiction. It's not Sweden. It is Finland that has more saunas than cars. Finland has 3.3 million saunas and 5 million people. And it consistently ranks as one of the happiest countries in the world. So all you really have to do is sweat it out if you on the suffering and starvation in her kingdom. Marie Antoinette replied, "Let them eat cake." Is that a fact or fiction? Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake." What do you think? Fact, fiction? Marie Antoinette, just let them eat cake. That'll fill their stomachs right up. It is fiction. There is actually no historical evidence that Marie Antoinette ever said, "Let them eat cake." And not only that, but within this whole muddled debate over who said what, which it was never Marie Antoinette at all, actually. But if someone were to have said at some point, "Let them eat cake," the belief is that the translation is also incorrect, and it was more along the lines of a type of bread, and not actually cake. So, what a fun and warped, twisted game of telephone that turned out to be. Everything I've ever learned, I'm realizing, is a lie. So that's cool. But here's our next one. Each king in a deck of playing cards represents a great king from history. Is that a fact or fiction? Each of those kings in your playing cards, they're symbolic of a great king in history. What do you think? Could that be a fact? If so, do you think the kings are happy with their suits? It is a fact. Each king in a deck of playing cards represents a great king from history. So, let's run through the suits, won't you? Clubs are Alexander the Great. Spades are King David. Diamonds are Julius Caesar. And hearts are Charlemagne. All human embryos start as male. Is that a fact? Do all human embryos really start as male? Is that why the patriarchy? Is that why? What do you think? Are we all males at heart? Are we all males at heart? At our core? In our first month? Are we all males? It is fiction. All human embryos actually start as female. It isn't until the second month of pregnancy that androgens, such as testosterone, begin to balance out maternal estrogens. So, we're all ladies. Next, Saint Lucia is the only sovereign country in the world, that's named after a woman. Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? Saint Lucia in the Caribbean. Only country named after a woman. Think of all the countries. Only one of them named after a woman. The rest. It is a fact. Ireland is the only other country named after a female, so in total there are only 2 named They used corn husks. Before Americans had toilet paper, they used corn husks. I guess it's softer than bark. But is that a fact or fiction? Surely they had Charmin Ultra back then, right? Do you have your answer? It is a fact. Yep. Apparently, though, the husks were soft, and the grooves were actually fabulous for taking care of business. George Washington had wooden teeth. Is that a fact or fiction? Were George Washington's chompas wooden? Were they made of wood? What do you think, George Washington? Wood teeth. Wooden teeth. It is fiction. Yeah, I know. I thought they were wooden. That's what I was taught in school, I feel like. But his teeth were actually made of a combination of ivory teeth and actual human teeth. I cannot think about that for too long, or I will get freaked out. John Quincy Adams, since we're on our presidential kick. John Quincy Adams once had a pet alligator. Is that a fact or fiction? An alligator. How do you even care for a pet alligator, you ask? I don't know. Do you take it for walks? I don't know. Do you cuddle up to it at night? Probably not. It is fiction. Apparently, it's a legend that the alligator was gifted to him from a French general, and it lived in one of the bathrooms at the White House. Interesting legend. Eating garlic is a mosquito repellent. Can you eat garlic to repel mosquitoes? Are you gonna stock up on those garlic cloves? Garlic. Natural mosquito repellent. No garlic. You got a problem. Is it a natural mosquito repellent? That indeed. It is fiction. There's no evidence that eating garlic will prevent mosquitoes, but if you do squeeze some garlic juice on your skin, it will repel mosquitoes for up to 40 minutes. Although it might repel everyone else too, so tread with caution on that one. Garlic juice. Next up, dolphins sleep with one eye open. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. Is that a fact? Or is it a fiction? One eye open with dolphins. It is a fact. Dolphins sleep with one eye open because only one of their brain hemispheres sleeps at a time. This is called unihemispheric sleep. The left eye closes when the right half of the brain sleeps, and vice versa. This lets the dolphins stay alert to potential threats while they're sleeping. Gonna sleep with one eye open tonight. There is a species of jellyfish that is immortal. You heard me. A species of jellyfish that is immortal. The jellyfish and the sorcerer's stone. What do you think? Is a jellyfish out there that can survive anything? What do you think? It is a fact. It is called the Turritopsis dorni. Turritopsis dorni. Turritopsis dorni. If I'm saying that right. Turritopsis dorni. And it can hit the reset button and revert its cells back to an earlier stage in its life cycle if its injured, or threatened. I feel like this would be of great interest to plastic surgeons to figure out. Chameleons change colors to blend in with their surroundings. Is that a fact, or is that fiction? It is a fiction. Chameleons change color to regulate their body heat, react to their mood like little mood rings, and communicate to other chameleons. Humans are the only animals on Earth with chins. Is that a fact or fiction? Humans, only animals on the Earth with a chin. Are humans really the only animal on Earth with a chin? What in the world? It is a fact, and no one knows why that even is. Some theories suggest that it has to do with the evolution of chewing, but it remains a puzzling aspect of human evolution. Maybe we just haven't figured out what our chin is for yet. If you have a creative idea for what the chin is for, or where it came from, aliens, please comment it. Haagen-Dazs has no meaning in any language. The ice cream brand, Haagen-Dazs, is meaningless. What do you think? Is it a fact? Or is it fiction? Haagen-Dazs has no meaning in any language. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Does Haagen-Dazs completely void, vacuous, meaningless, empty inside? It is a fact. It was meant to sound European, and it was started by a Polish immigrant in New York who sold fruit and ice cream from a horse-drawn cart. In case you wanted to know, the man behind the DOS. Fruit Loops. Are all the same flavor. Have you had any Fruit Loops before? Are they all the same flavor? Because you know there are different colors in there, right? So, do they all taste the same? Or do they have different flavors? It is a fact. They are all the fruit. That's F-R-O-O-D. They're all the fruit flavor, meaning a blend of fruit flavors, aka chemicals, that include orange, lemon, lime, apple, cherry, raspberry, and blueberry, all wrapped up into one natural flavor. Cost effective, I'm sure. A watermelon is considered a berry. A watermelon. Considered a berry. Is that a fact? Or is that fictitious? Watermelon, part of the berry family. Watermelon, part of the berry family. It is. Do you have your answer? Good. It is a fact. And raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries aren't even true berries. I guess that could have been another fact or fiction question, but I'm just slipping it in there for you. Yeah, according to science, a berry is a plant with 3 distinct layers: an outer skin, a fleshy middle, and internally contained seeds. Outer skin, fleshy middle, internally contained seeds. Am I a berry? I have eggs. I have seeds. So, bananas, grapes, and eggplants are also technically berries. Science. Puff the Magic Dragon is a song about marijuana. Mary Jane, smoking ganja. How do we do that? Is that a fact or is that fiction? Puff the Magic Dragon was written about the reefer. Fact, fiction, fact, fiction. If you haven't heard it, you should go listen to it because it's a good time. What do you think? It is. Are you ready? It is fiction. Leonard Lipton, the co-writer, says that the song is actually about a loss of innocence and having to face an adult world. So it is not about smoking weed, it's about losing your innocence. Drinking alcohol increases your body temperature. Every time you do a shot, every time you take an alcoholic beverage, your body temperature is increasing. I look like I'm hitchhiking now. Is that a fact or is it a fiction? Your body temperature increases when you take alcohol. It is fiction. It actually lowers your core body temperature. The hated feeling is from the blood vessels just below your skin opening up wider so that more blood and heat flows into them, which also means important organs aren't working as hard as they normally do. If you want to get technical, we just got technical, so the more you know. The earth isn't round. The earth is not round. Don't cancel me, don't come at me. It's just, is it a fact? Or is it fiction? What do you think? I feel like this is going to spark a heated debate, but that's not the intent. I just work here. Okay? It is a fact. But hold your horses. I'm not saying it's flat, but it's not round. It's an oblate spheroid. An oblate spheroid because of the bulge at the equator and the flattened poles. It is an oblate spheroid. So it's not flat and it's not round. It's an oblate spheroid. We all win here, okay? Alright. Sides. The sun is yellow. The sun is yellow. Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? The sun that we see, that you see, that I see, with our eyes, is yellow. Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? Is the sun we're seeing yellow? Is it? Is it yellow? I thought we weren't supposed to look at it or we would go blind. It is, if you do look at it, fiction. The sun is actually white in color because it emits all the colors of the visible light spectrum. And when combined, this appears as white to our eyes. However, due to the scattering of light in Earth's atmosphere, we typically perceive it as yellow. So there you have it. Not yellow, just seems yellow. If you're shot by a sniper, you'll be dead before you hear the gun. You're never gonna get shot by a sniper, please don't worry. But hypothetically, if it were to happen, you wouldn't hear it. Fact or fiction? This is a fact. A bullet fired from a rifle travels faster than the speed of sound. I did a very accurate demonstration safe to eat food you drop. If, only if, you pick it up within 5 seconds. The 5-second rule applies. It is safe to eat food you drop. If you pick it up within 5 seconds, the 5-second rule does apply, and you will be safe, secure, healthy, happy. What do you think? Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? This is fiction. Within seconds to milliseconds, substantial amounts of bacteria swarm the Bastille, so I'm still gonna eat it. I don't care if it's been on the floor for 3 years, as long as it's not moldy or rotten or stale. I still think it's fair game. What's a little bacteria? Polar bears, they aren't white. They're just glowing. Polar bears aren't white. They're glowing. They're glow bears, basically. Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? Is that a fact? Are polar bears white, or are they just glowing? It is a fact. Their skin is black, and the hairs in their fur are hollow and clear. They just look white because light hits their fur and gets trapped in the hollow part of their hair, which causes luminescence. And the salt particles also stick to the bare fur and scatter light. It's so beautiful to me. That one and the chin. Fact or fiction are my favorite ones. Not to say that the rest aren't great. Don't go anywhere. They're amazing. I got you. I see you. These are good too. Sesame seeds were once worth more than gold. Is that a fact? Or is that a fiction? Or sesame seeds, the little things on the top of some of the bagels, did those used to be worth more than gold? Did they? What do you think? What do you think of little sesame seeds? It is a fact. In the Middle Ages, sesame seeds were valued so much that they cost more than their weight in gold. And many civilizations thought they held spiritual or magical properties that brought luck or fortune. The fastest object ever made by man was a manhole cover. The fastest object ever made by man was a manhole cover. Yeah, the manhole cover. The fastest object ever made by man. What do you think? Is it a fact? Or is it fiction? It is a fact. An underground nuclear bomb test launched it at an estimated 125,000 miles per hour. Can you imagine running that fast? That'd be pretty neat. Toads cause warts. Toads cause warts. Yes, toads. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Toads give you warts. What do you think? Is that a fact? Or is that fiction? Do toads be giving us warts? Are they the cause of warts? Wart. All those friends with warts just rubbing their hands on toads. Just can't keep their hands to themselves. It is. It's fiction. Humans catch warts from other humans, which is disgusting. I really hope you enjoyed this session as much as I clearly did. It's always a pleasure to see you here. I'm so into your comments. They make me chuckle, giggle, cackle, roll on the floor laughing.